Colleagues are having an informal meeting about teacher feedback that demonstrates the importance of building strong relationships among these two roles. This video will demonstrate ways that an instructional coach can approach a teacher seeking feedback in a positive manner in order to build strong relationships with staff, because it's just as important as the relationships educators build with their students. A safe and trusting relationship is the foundation of high achievement.
Great. Well, thanks for taking the time before the year starts to meet with me. I'd really like to get to know you better in order to ensure I can provide necessary resources for you this year.
Thank you for making my needs a priority. What is something you'd like to know more about me?
Well, to start, I read your Olympic page that our admin wanted us to fill out that goes along with our school theme. You have some experience working as an ELD teacher, I see. I can already tell your expertise working with our ELL learners will be very helpful to our staff, including me. What would you say is your greatest strength as an educator?
Well, I would say that classroom management is definitely a strength of mine, and I have received positive feedback each year from admin as well. Along with my ELD experience, I'm also receiving my ESL certificate this summer.
That's great. What are some ways that you build classroom culture at the beginning of the year that helps you be so strong with your classroom management?
Well, I try to be very consistent and clear with my expectations. We practice each procedure until all students are understanding that expectation. I like to keep the schedule as normal as possible when I can in order to develop a strong structure for the classroom. I also run morning meetings each morning to share my celebrations or concerns that I have or the students may have to help develop a positive classroom community.
Well, I think structure and routines are necessary in all grade levels. Do you have your schedule posted for all students to review at the beginning of each day in order for them to be aware of what's to come?
I haven't thought about posting the day-to-day schedule. I like the idea of students owning their learning by being able to see what is to come of their day. I will try this out.
Great. Well, let me know how it goes for you, and if it's successful, then maybe we can share that with some other teachers too. Would you be willing to share some of your expertise working with ELLs with other staff as well?
I'd be happy to. I think shared leadership is very important.
Awesome. Thank you. So now thinking about the new year and where you feel you are as an educator, I'd like to talk about some of your goals for this year in order for me to support you the best way I can. I know that you've worked with an instructional coach in the past, so I just wanted to clarify my role is to support teachers in a very non-evaluative way. I like to think of myself as the voice for teachers when I meet with the administration team during ILT meetings. I think it's important for administration to get a pulse on how the staff is viewing certain topics building-wide in order to make sure all staff is feeling that their voice is important and is being heard. What is something that you're looking for in an instructional coach?
Well, I appreciate that you are the voice for us because I would like to feel comfortable sharing some of my concerns with you when needed. Confidentiality is very important to me, and I'd like to have a coach that I know I can go to for support without some of the things I'm trusting with them leaving our conversation. I also would like to be challenged as an educator, and maximizing my time is very important to me as well.
Well, I can assure that the conversations we have privately will remain that way, and I will honor confidentiality because that's important to me as well. I definitely understand how time is the biggest challenge as a teacher, so I'll take that into consideration when planning our professional developments as well. In order to help challenge you as an educator, I'd love to discuss some goals you have for yourself based on some of your past evaluations, and then we can determine how I can best help you.
So my biggest piece of feedback so far has been differentiation, mostly in writing. So what are some resources that you might have in mind for that?
Okay, well that's a very important structure to have, and I think it's great that you're willing to differentiate your lessons to meet the needs of all your students. What are some differentiation strategies that you already have in place?
Well, to be honest, none at the moment. I haven't had good luck with support in writing, so I've been learning how to figure it out on my own. We used to use Cali as a resource, but I'm not quite sure what our school-wide writing program would be anymore. That might be something you can bring up to ILT as well, to be a voice for the teachers.
Well, that's really good to know. I'll put that on my list of topics to talk about. It sounds like with your experience working with ELLs, I'm sure you already have differentiation strategies in place. I can definitely help you with how to specifically differentiate writing lessons in order to make you feel more comfortable as a writing teacher. I'd love to come watch you teach a writing lesson in the next few weeks just to see you in action, and then we can identify what resources are out there for you to put into place. I want to give you some time to build those relationships with students too. If you're comfortable with me just popping by during writing a few times these next couple of weeks, that can help me determine our next steps together.
Are you going to be evaluating any of my lessons like the administration does?
Well, my role is not evaluative at all. It'd be more informal observations to help me get an idea of how I can best support you. I want to honor your time and not provide you with resources or structures that you may already have in place. It would also be good to see your teaching style in case we want to set up any observations. I can try to best match you with the teacher that matches your style. How does that sound?
I like that idea. Thank you.
Sure thing. I'll also be emailing a weekly update for all staff with important information and a variety of resources that you can explore at your own pace. In regards to providing feedback for you, how would you prefer we communicate that would be beneficial for your time? Digitally via email, or would you like to schedule bi-monthly meetings to discuss your goals?
I like a little bit of both. Would it be okay to email feedback of what you see and then I can come to you if I have any questions?
Sure. If I can't meet with you right away, I will definitely schedule a one-to-one conference feedback that will fit both of our schedules.
Sounds great.
Well, I appreciate you scheduling this time to meet with me. My goal is to have one of these meetings with every grade level teacher to help determine next steps and how I can be a strong support for everyone. Don't hesitate to drop by and ask for help. My goal is to be in the classroom and seeing teachers in action as much as I can. I also would love to help with any intervention groups once we get those in place to help build capacity and help students get to where we need them to be.
Thank you. I'll keep that in mind.
All right, well, have a good rest of your day and let me know if you think of anything else that I can assist you with.
Okay, thanks. Bye.